Hi, beautiful people. This is Anne-Christin from The Beauty of Now, and thank you for joining me. Most probably you would actually be expecting that it's going to be another Oracle Wednesday. I just feel, though, that something needs to come to an end. Something needs to change. I feel something needs to let go of in order for something new to come through, because I just really feel something else needs to come through. And based on this, it's all about change. Yes, change. Change is a topic today. And if you want to change your life, you have to change. Yeah. So whoever's joining me today, please say hi, drop a comment below so that I know that you're here. Whoever's going to watch the replay later on IGTV or on my YouTube channel as well, please leave a comment so I know that you've been here. And this topic is super, super important. It's, hi Roger, wonderful having you here. Today's live is going to be a bit different because, I don't know, I just woke up this morning with this urge to really get this out, because I've been seeing and observing so many things around me, people around me, in certain ways myself as well, I admit that. And what is so important is, if we want for our life to change, we have to change. It's about making different decisions. It's about taking up different habits. It's about stopping doing certain things that we are doing on a day-to-day basis. Hi sis, thank you for joining. So if you keep complaining, if you keep judging the others, if you keep just comparing yourself and telling, oh, look here, look there, and because of them and because of this, if you hate your job, if you hate the house that you live in, if you don't like what it feels like when you come home, you have two choices. You can just suck it up and live with it, or you can do changes, okay? Dust the house, change the furniture, the arrangement, get different colors and get accessories. Oh, I love the love. The love I'm getting right now. But you have to make a decision. If you want to feel healthier, start moving your body. Start dancing, start going for a walk, start going out into the sun, have some fresh air. No matter what is the weather outside, you just wrap yourself up warm and nicely if it's windy, and you have a rain jacket on if the rain is there, but get out and get moving. Make different choices in the food that you have. If you have a lot of deep frozen stuff, maybe it's time to get rid of that and start to eat fresh produce, ideally local even. But you have the choice. And yes, you can still have your burgers. Yes, you can still have your chocolate cakes. But it's the balance that's important. If you want to feel fitter as well, go sign up for a class. And it doesn't have to be 5 times a week, 7 times a week, but it has to start somewhere. And if you don't like the job, like I said earlier, then you need to move there as well and have a look. What other jobs is there around you? What do you really want to do? Is there a passion project that you can maybe start into something and build up into something bigger? And are you able to do that maybe on the sidelines while you're still in your current job? And maybe actually your dream job is out there. And oh, thank you. I'm just hearing your heart talk really hits home. Needed to hear your words. Oh, you're so welcome. I love that it resonates so much. And I just really felt this morning, it has to come out. There's so many people, for example, there's so many women that say, I want to feel different. I want to feel like this. I want to attract the love of my life. I want my relationship to improve. My husband does this. My children don't do that. Yes, it starts with you. You have to take the first step to change things. Change the way of how you are relating to them. How are you talking to them? Maybe because the way you're talking to them, if you were talking to yourself that way, you would go into defense as well. You would also say, well, do it yourself. If you don't give love to yourself, then how are you able to actually really give true unconditional love? If you don't give unconditional love to yourself, how are you able to then give unconditional love to the people around you, to your partner, to your children, to your friends, to your family, to your parents? And you have to commit, and it's a choice you have to do on a day-to-day basis. It's not just saying, oh, today I'm going to do this and I'm going to wait and maybe in 6 months I'm going to do that again. Like, no, it's a constant decision, a daily decision to choose differently, to choose to talk to yourself differently as well, to really show up. And even if you don't feel like going for a certain class, for example, go do it. You have to start doing the inner work in order for your life to change, because in the end, whatever is reflected outwards is just a reflection of what's happening inside. And there's so many cover-ups, and you can have so many pretty pictures out on Instagram, on social media, out when you're out with friends. You can just say that you're the happy couple, but then as soon as you are back out of the house of your friends, in the car, maybe there you have the arguing going on again. And it doesn't serve you in the long run to just keep up that picture if from inside you don't actually are committed to yourself. And if you don't do the things that you say you want to do, and if the things that you want for the others to do, you have to do them first. Because if you want for others to stop judging you, to stop belittling you, or to start just like not showing up for yourself, or if you want for them to show up for you, you have to start showing up for yourself, and you have to stop judging yourself, and you have to stop belittling yourself. Whatever your situation is, have a look and see what is the gift? What are you learning in that moment right now? Is it showing you that you are actually independent, that you are actually strong, that you are innovative, that you are creative, that you can come up with different solutions? Even if it's step by step, maybe it's not step by jump, but it can be step by jump. Once you did the first step, suddenly you see like, oh my gosh, there's another solution open, possible. Yeah. Yay! We have to be authentic and be ourselves. Definitely. Yes. And I love you too, Sissy. And it's just because I've been seeing it so much. I've been seeing people starting the work and then they do it. And yes, it can get a bit tough, because there's things that we have to admit to ourselves. There's things that we kind of like say, actually, I'm always judging the others of being so negative and pessimistic. And then suddenly you have to look at yourself and you realize, oh, shoot, I'm judging all the time. I'm judging maybe not others, but I'm judging myself, and I'm judging whatever I've been maybe cooking and what I've been doing and how I've been leading the day. Maybe at the end of the day, I'm lying in bed and saying, like, oh my gosh, how poorly did I handle the day? Or maybe you're constantly judging the others, but you don't even know it, because it's just like little nagging. Or maybe you just do it in a joking way, but don't realize that actually you are really judging the other person, or maybe belittling the other person. So have a look at yourself first, and then be committed to that. And whenever you catch yourself, maybe judging yourself, you say, okay, stop, wait. Been there, done that. I choose new. I choose different. I stop judging myself. And what I do, I will celebrate myself for all the little achievement. And it doesn't matter how small the achievement is. Yeah. And like I said, it's a day-to-day decision. And when it gets ugly, I just invite you to keep going, because we sometimes have to go through the mud to really see what's the beauty in there. If you look at the diamond, for example, only because the diamond has been under pressure for so long, that's where the raw beauty comes out. And sometimes us having to look at those things, at those, let's say, shadow sides, or the little faulty sides of ours that we try to hide and cover up, if you are able to embrace them and accept them, you will suddenly see how others will start accepting them as well. And most probably, they are already accepting you already for who you are. You know, it's just that oftentimes we don't accept ourselves for the person we are, for how we are. And I invite you as well, get a support system. If you don't have a support system in place, get a support system. Talk to a friend, to a close friend. Talk to maybe a professional person to kind of like help you through this. Because sometimes that's all we need to do is we just let things out, whatever we are seeing, and we are, for example, accumulating in our mind, and we just have this negative talk. Sometimes all we need to have this one output where we can just let go of everything, where we can just be heard, where we can be seen in all our mess, in all our vulnerability. And then suddenly, once this is all out, then we suddenly say, oh my gosh, actually, I'm not as bad as I'm thinking. And I actually have all of these beautiful qualities that I'm bringing to the table, that I'm bringing into the life. This is how I'm actually affecting in a very beautiful, positive manner the lives of the people around me. Yeah, the diamond is a lovely one, right? Thank you. And then suddenly, all this negative talk can start crumbling down. And it is not about like the support system. Yes, you can come up with code words. You can come up and say like, hey, listen, I just need to rant, okay? So that they know that they don't have to say anything. They just open up the space and listen to you and observe you and hear you. And that's sometimes all we need. And then when you're ready, they say, okay, can I give you a hug? And they just give you a hug, and that's all you need. And if you feel after that, or if you actually do need advice, tell them, listen, I need to rant first, but then afterwards, can we kind of like go through this and dissect things and just see what's the underlying story and what you would do just to get some advice. But it's always very helpful to set these rules as well, because sometimes when we just need to let all that we have kind of like stuffed and like, what's it called, shuffled down in ourselves, that just needs to come out. The worst thing is if you have someone interrupting us all the time, telling us, oh, but what about this? Or what about that? Or did you actually think of the other person's position, how she might have been feeling? It's like, wait a second, I just need to rant. So it's always good to just set those ground rules as well and say like, I need to rant. I just need to let stuff off. Can I do this? And if the other person tells you, okay, yes, you can do that. I have time right now and I have the energy right now. Perfect. And once you're done and you feel like, actually, I need some advice, you can tell the other person, actually, right now I do need some advice. Or maybe after you rant, you suddenly realize, oh my gosh, I have the idea, I have the answer to why the situation actually unfolded this way. Thank you. And you can hang up and you can go around and just solve whatever needs to be solved. So I really just invite everybody, if you want change in your life, start with yourself. Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror. Many other people repeated that lyric from the song. So it really starts with you. And as soon as you are able to make different choices, more loving choices, more compassionate choices, more healthy choices for yourself, automatically it will just propel. It has a ripple effect towards the others, and it will affect the other people in your life positively. Yeah. Ooh, I needed to let that out. Yes. Oh, thing is, sometimes or so often we resist change, and we often resist. Hi Sylvia, how are you? So often we resist the change because we feel, oh no, but this is my comfort zone and I'm very comfy here. We're at comfort zone. I don't want to change. If I have to stop judging others, if I have to stop playing the victim, then that actually means you kind of like stepping out of that zone. You kind of like stop playing a role, and you actually have to look at something that you have been avoiding to look at. You have to take up your responsibility and your accountability in whatever is happening in your life. If it's a situation with a person, if there's a discussion, if there's tension, if it's work, if you're not living the life that you're living, at some point you have to actually, when you stop judging and playing the victim, you have to look at yourself and say, oh, this is where I played wrongly, where I did not take up accountability, where I handed over my power, and now because I let others decide for me and I let others just do whatever they wanted, not showing my boundaries, obviously my life right now has been turning out this way, or because I've been just a lazy butt. Instead of sitting down, doing the studies in order to get the degree that I needed to get in order to get into my profession, I was just maybe lazy, playing around, traveling around, or just going after one job after another, but without actually really following my passion. Yeah. So, and what happens, like, once you have to step out of that comfort zone, yes, the thing is, you don't know what's going to happen. But the question in the end is, what hurts more? Staying in the comfort zone, knowing exactly it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. And knowing that the same pain will come over and over and over and over and over again. Or maybe having that one little moment of pain where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to leap into the unknown. But then actually seeing that something beautiful is just opening up and unfolding for you. Because what happens as well, if you stay in your comfort zone, yes, at some point, maybe it doesn't hurt anymore as much, or it doesn't hurt on the surface anymore, but it's going to hurt deep down inside. And at some point, you might actually numb down so much that you don't see the beauty in life anymore, that you don't actually have any reaction, any emotion anymore. Everything is just numb. Everything just feels more or less the same. It doesn't taste anymore. Food doesn't taste anymore. Maybe, and the flowers don't look as beautiful anymore. Whatever travel you do, it doesn't fulfill you anymore. But just because you are stuck in your comfort zone, you have become numb. And what I like to kind of like compare the jump into the unknown, if you actually get out of your comfort zone. The thing is that, or the picture that came to my mind earlier was, think about it as a roller coaster. I love roller coasters, okay? I love the loopings, I love the thrills, I love going into the screwdrivers and whatever they're called. And the thing is, like, as soon as I'm sitting in the roller coaster, I'm going up, and they just like slowly pull you up to the first hill, and you feel like, oh my gosh, what have I got myself into? I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna go right into a screwdriver and looping and whatnot. It's that kind of feeling, because in a way it's an unknown. You don't exactly know what's happening afterwards, but getting yourself to that point and then jump, and then suddenly have this adrenaline coming out, and then this joy coming out, because you're like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. I feel that pain, which is limited, just because it's a little bit linked with a little bit of fear of the unknown. This is so much more bearable and more easily to deal with than actually having the continuous pain over and over again, because of the same decisions over and over, and of the same roles that we keep playing over and over, the same talk that we keep telling ourselves over and over. So I invite you again. You want your life to change? Then start with yourself. Thank you so much for listening. I had it on my heart. It needed to come out, and it's a beautiful invitation. It's with a lot of love for you all, because as you know, I really want for everybody to feel radiant. I really want for everybody to have these fulfilling relationships, to feel magnetic and have this ease and flow and a lot of love in their lives. But in order to do that, we need to start with ourselves. We can't get it from outside. It might help us. Yes, it might help us. But in the end, we have to step up, and we have to make the big change. Thank you so much, whoever is, thank you also for the ones. I love that analogy. Yes. Whoever has been joining me here right now, oh, you're welcome. Great inspiration, encouragement. Yay. I love this. Thank you for joining, for listening, also for sharing while I've been just going on to this little rant here, but it's hopefully a motivational rant for you. And whoever's watching the replay later on, just also please do let me know what you've been taking away and where it resonates with you. And again, it was said with a lot of love, for really kind of like giving a little nudge into that life, towards that step that you need, that you want to take, and the life that you want to live. Yeah. Lots of love to you all. Lots of love to everybody, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.